Now that we've gone through some of the security settings that we may want to configure to keep our system safe, switching into production will be very simple. We've already configured our static root and static URL variables, which need to be defined to serve static files in production. We have a security hash that was given to us by Django by default. There's really only 2 more steps that we'll need to take to make the switch. Let's open up FileZilla and navigate to our project settings.py file. The first step we'll need to take is configuring the allowed host setting. This variable takes a list of host names that are allowed to forward requests to your server. For now, we're going to want to put our IP address in this list file, but eventually we'll also want to put our domain name here. Note that you can put a wildcard, or a star, to signify that you accept all hosts. Just realize that this is not secure and opens you up to some cross-script request forgery attacks. Or you can put a period followed by your domain name to signify any subdomain. But for now, like I mentioned, we'll just add our IP address here. Lastly, all we have to do now is simply switch debug to false. What this is going to do is stop displaying debug information when your site errors. Now all it'll respond with is the 404, or another code error, without the stack trace that reveals all sorts of information about the software you're using, including the libraries, which makes you very vulnerable to hacking if left available. Okay, we'll need to restart our server. Now let's restart. And now let's test. Let's pull up our website in a browser. Remember, my application has defined a polls URL. And here comes the moment of truth. All right, we're working in production. I know it might be let down that there's no fireworks that went off and it's just the same website, but this is a huge step. We're now much more secure than we were in debug mode and ready to serve visitors from our server. Of course, we won't really feel like we're in production until we can run our site from our domain name instead of our server's IP address. In the next section, we will cover setting up your domain name, if you haven't already, by using Amazon's Route 53 and an outside provider called Namecheap, as well as how to point your domain to your Amazon server, so users have a pretty URL to remember.